Ra Now please stand for the Gatha with Gassho from the heart, which is on the second and third page of the yellow handout, followed by the golden chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book or page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1. The golden chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. Think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. We will now have a lesson by Rinban Sakamoto.
Good morning. Good to see all of you here, and those of you joining us over the internet. Thank you for being here. Do you know what sandoku is? Okay, good. That means I can share with you something. So, sandoku are 3 poisons. Oh, not 3, not 4. 3 poisons. The 3 poisons are greed, anger, and foolishness, or ignorance, or So, greed, anger, and foolishness. These are the 3 poisons. There is a mandala, which is a kind of a picture of the 6 realms of existence. Do you know the 6 realms of existence? Dharma school students? Or they're debating. They're debating. 6 realms of existence? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay, so 6 realms of existence. The lowest realm is the realm of hells. And then the realm of the hungry ghosts that we know about through Obon. Because Mogalana's mom falls into the realm of hungry ghosts. And he's able to save her from that realm of hungry ghosts. And then there are animals, human beings, fighting spirits, and then Ashura, the heavenly beings. So heavenly beings, fighting spirits, human beings, hungry ghosts, animals, and then the hells. So these are the 6 realms of existence. Now, we would normally think that we want to kind of escape hell, and then we want to be heavenly beings. But what Buddhism is trying to get us to recognize is that we're always in these 6 realms of existence. And what we're trying to do is actually to get out of these 6 realms of existence. So we don't want to be in hell, certainly, but we also want to become, we also understand that as heavenly beings, there are things that continue to change, there are limitations. Even if you are happy for a bajillion years, eventually that will come to an end. And so Buddhism is trying to get us to recognize that even when we are very, very happy, that there is something that we will eventually feel is missing or lacking, and that we might fall back into one of the other realms. And whether we think of these realms as being from one life to the next life, or every day in our lives. Sometimes we feel really sad, really unhappy. Sometimes we feel very happy. And so we kind of cycle through these 6 realms of existence. And what takes us through these 6 realms of existence, what causes us, what holds us to these 6 realms of existence, and moves us through these 6 realms of existence, are the 3 poisons. So at the core, at the hub of this 6 realms of existence, this mandala, this wheel, are the three poisons: greed, anger, and foolishness. So when we see strife around us, when we see things that are going on around us, we can think about these 3 poisons and try to recognize in the strife that is taking place the differences. It might be a disagreement between friends or family members or classmates, or it might be a disagreement between adults being angry with each other. Or we might see in our news the kinds of disagreements that take place in the world around us, whether it's in our community or across the world. That when we see these kinds of disagreements, try to look at what the source of that disagreement might be. And try to think about these 3 poisons: sandoku, greed, anger, ignorance. And to think about in that framework this Buddhist understanding of the cause of the difficulties that we experience. And you probably see, if you think of it from that Buddhist perspective, you probably see in any of these disagreements these 3 things. One may be more dominant than the others. You might see in that disagreement, you might see a lot of greed maybe. Somebody really wants something, and so the other person may be unhappy that you're holding on to all of this stuff and not able to get what they want. And so there's a conflict that arises. Or it might be anger. You did something to me, so I'm going to do something back to you. Right? There might be anger. It might be just foolishness. Just people doing stuff that causes harm to others. But if you look at these kinds of disagreements and think about it from a Buddhist perspective, try to think about try to see in that disagreement the foolishness, or discover in that disagreement the anger or greed. And when you're able to do that, you can kind of step back from it a little bit and maybe be able to contribute to how you can resolve, how you might be able to help resolve that what is taking place. See, And so Buddhism is not just about what we learn in our temple or in our Dharma school classes. It's what we learn and how we understand the world, how we apply what we learn in the temple to our everyday life. So there's so much strife going on in the world right now. It might feel as though it's overwhelming. There's nothing that I can do. And there's all of this going on. I have no ability I don't have the skill or the power to change these things that are going on. But you can think about these strife, these difficulties that are taking place out in the world around us from a Buddhist perspective. Why is this happening? It may not solve these big kinds of problems that are going on, but then if we can take that understanding into our everyday life, with our family members or our friends or our classmates, we can begin to think about how our differences, where our differences might come from, and how we might be able to soften the disagreement. That it's not just about what that person is doing to me, but it might be a part of what I'm doing that I might be able to think about and then soften that disagreement that we might have. Be able to step back a little bit and to think about what I might be able to do. So this Sandoku, the 3 poisons, we think of it as at the hub of the 6 realms of existence, which we might be going through over one life to the next life to the next life, or just in our everyday lives. And how we might be able to kind of soften this constant cycling through these different lives, different experiences, and soften the differences that might separate us. So, Sandoku. Next time, I'll ask, what are the 3 poisons? And you have to raise your hand and say, yes. It'll be, I don't know, it won't be for a while. So you get to go home and think about it. But yes, Sandoku, one of those things that you can kind of think about as you look at the world around you, as you look at all of these difficulties that are going on in the world. And it's really very simple. The 3 poisons often are the cause of the difficulties that we see and experience. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto. We will now have farewell on page 45 in the Little Book, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the Little Book or page 15 in the Big Book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us try to bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namu Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will never endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mr. Akizuki, Ms. Tanabe, Organist Mr. Nishimura, and AV Tech Mr. Uenaka. Are there any announcements?
While the people are coming up, please remember next week Sunday is Bodhi Day. Is that next week? Yeah, Bodhi Day. So 10 o'clock in the Annex building. If you come at 9:30, nobody's going to be here. So 10 o'clock in the Annex, our Bodhi Day service.
Good morning. I'm Mai Kawamoto, Dharma School Superintendent. I just wanted to mention, I had sent an email very late yesterday about Mochitsuki planning, and I said meet in the annex. There's an event there, so please meet in the library after Dharma School. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ryan Matsumoto.
I'm Jaden Kanazawa.
And in preparation for our Boy Scout Troop 611 Maui Trek, we are doing a crochet goods fundraiser outside of the Hondo. So if you could stop by and check out the stand, that'd be great. Thank you.
My name is Tyson Kanazawa. I'm with Pack 611, and I'm selling wreaths and centerpieces outside the annex. Thank you for supporting. Can you please come by? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tori from DSPO. We sent an email out yesterday letting everyone know we'll do a potluck for Bodhi Day for the Sangha, so watch out for a sign-up list. But we'll just be hosting, I think, finger foods and light refreshments.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service, or you're welcome to stop by the Open Door Cafe in front of the garden. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Okay, me too.
I beg your pardon. Bye-bye.
Bye, bye. Thank you. Bye, bye. Hello, thank you. Stay warm.
morning. Thank you. Arigato.
Okay. Yeah, you've been busy. Oh, great. You okay now?
It was very nice. It was like 2 days of kind of just partying, no fever. And I was like, okay, test negative. But I didn't test negative for a week and a half. So I was like, I didn't like it. But it was good. I feel like it's like a flu now. Hopefully for everyone, it's
Yeah,
mild.
yeah. It's best to get vaccinated.
I did get vaccinated earlier in the year, but it was the old vaccination. And they didn't let me do the new one because they said, oh, you just did it. And I'm like, oh, I must have gotten the new one.
Thank you. See you, baby. Gloria, how are you?
Frantically reading this program.
Oh, are you going to teacher? Oh, Gerald.
She showed up.
What?
I didn't send you a reminder to do this. But I know you're responsible.
Because Jackie called apparently saying that she was not feeling well, so she wouldn't be able to chair.
Oh, no, she was supposed to chair a couple weeks ago. And she wasn't here, so I took over. She had COVID or something. So I ended up jumping in. Maybe that was the week you were in Morgan Hill. So I'm going, I'm not here. Well, I guess I'm doing it.
Like that.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gloria Yamauchi, and I'll be your chairperson for this morning. Just a quick reminder to please silence your cell phones and no food or drink in the hondo. And is there anyone new for the first time here today? Okay, would you like to introduce yourselves? Or not? Okay. Thank you and welcome. Okay, well, we begin this morning's service with the Sambujo on page 24 in the large service book, followed by sutra chanting of the Juseige on page 23 in the small Dharma school service book, and also on page 93 in the large service book.
Namanda, 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 Namanda.
Please rise for the Gatha with Gassho from the heart, which is on the second and third pages of the yellow handout. After the Gatha, please remain standing for the three treasures, which is on page 3 in the small purple Dharma School service book.
Here we come together, self-burning and song apart, in spite of our differences. We reach for the same bright star, and on this human pathway, we may earn a step or two, but always we remember to feel deep gratitude. And here at Buddha, as we Gassho with hands placed together, without the spirit of doubt, we joyfully receive the truth. With Gassho from the heart, con Gassho corazón, Namo Amida Betsuin, Namo Amida Betsuin. As we Gassho with hands placed together, with other shred of doubt, we gratefully receive the truth. Gassho shimashou, utaimashou, Namo Amida Betsuin, Namo Amida Betsuin. With Gassho from the heart, with Gassho from the heart, Namo Amida Betsuin, Namo Amida Betsuin. Okay, thank you. Okay, now please use this smaller Dharma School service book, page 3, three treasures. For your, if you are first visitor, so there's a line in the unison part saying in a spiritual universal brotherhood. So when you read this, please try to kind of replace the word brotherhood with oneness. So like this, in a spirit of universal oneness. Okay, all right. Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the first one? Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us fervently take refuge in the three treasures of truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your relate to enlightenment and awaken ourselves the spring well. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of doctrine and gaze wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become unity to natural accord, your life or harmony, In our spiritual oneness, we from the bondage for selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Please show me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, namandab. Okay. All right, so please be seated. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, okay. Please show me in Gassho. I'd like to begin with my talk with reading of the Shinran Shonin's word. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me. Yet the great compassion without tiring illumines me always. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab, namandab. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here, and then thank you very much for watching this service from at home online. Okay. So when I listened to Dharma talk in Japan, I was taught something like this. When you see the things in this world, we tend to see things with perspectives of meaning and value. Even when looking at one thing, there are two aspects: the viewpoint of meaning and viewpoint of value. For instance, so considering my onenju, this is called onenju, yeah. So considering my onenju from the standpoint of value, so what aspect might pique your interest? Perhaps material of the beads, their cost, their quality, color, etc. Right? My onenju is made of some kinds of stone, maybe, I think. Not the plastic, yeah, maybe. And I have no idea how much it costed. I think it might have costed around maybe $20 or something, maybe, yeah. But one thing I can say is that this onenju is priceless for me. So going back to the Dharma talk in the relationship of meaning, let me delve into the story behind these onenju beads. Initially, maybe they may seem like ordinary onenju one could find anywhere, but in reality, they are utilized by my late grandma. Last year, when my parents visited San Jose from Japan, they surprised me with this onenju, knowing how close I was to my grandmother. Since then, I have cherished and sometimes use these onenju at the services. So each time I hold this onenju in my hands during these moments, I found reassurance, feeling that as if I am attending the service alongside my grandmother. And then reminiscent of when we used to chant together at our family temple in Japan, Shimane-ken. Therefore, these onenju hold significant personal meaning for me. So when considering the onenju from the perspective of meaning, it is seen as an essential tool for Buddhist rituals, for on personal level, as a precious heirloom from my late grandmother. When approaching things from the meaning perspectives, there seems to be no room for the intrusion of the value viewpoint. Certainly, if one were appreciate these onenju from the perspective of value, considering factors such as materials and the price, they might think, oh, it's just the ordinary item. Oh, it's not that expensive, right? However, when we savoring them from the perspective of meaning, the onenju radiate the precious meaning they carry, devout of considerations like their memory, monetary or material worth. In the world we live in, we navigate the dual perspectives of value and meaning for various things. So what about you? So which aspect do you prioritize in your daily lives? While I'd like to say that I prioritize the perspective meaning in the end all the time, honestly, there are many times when the perspective value catches my attention more. For example, when you go to supermarket, for example, Nijiya, what you look at in the product is the price or calories, right? You judge based on the factors like, oh, this one is cheaper, or this one has more quantity and is better deal, or this has fewer calories. It's important for me, yeah. And when faced with two similar options, if there is a criterion like one is newer, one is older, one is fresher, and one is more expensive, one is cheaper, naturally you would prefer the newer, fresher, and more fresh and cheaper one. Yeah, maybe depends on the products, but yeah, I think in the end, the perspective of value is what catches my attention the most. Yeah. Now, how do we view our lives? Life is not just this moment of existence with blood flooding through. It encompasses the reality of birth, aging, sickness, and death, as emphasized in Buddhism. Living without any information of meaning of life, we find ourselves sudden born into this world, working the journey of life while carrying the burdens of the aging, sickness, and death that we cannot control. Therefore, when we view life from the perspective of value that we normally depend on, it seems challenging to find value in aging, sickness, or death compared to life. Perhaps our way of life involves desperately accumulating positive things for our own life, building relationships, maintaining a health, accumulating wealth, and seeking the status, clinging to them so as not to lose them. However, when it is time for life to end, we must let go of everything, facing in indescribable loneliness. Many inconvenient things can happen in our lives. When we view the world through the perspective we usually rely on, an unavoidable life with negative events such as aging, sickness, and death might be overcome, perceived as a life ending with emptiness. However, Shakyamuni Buddha showed us the ultimate path to overcome these difficulties. He especially urges us to hear and receive the Amida Buddha's enlightened wisdom and compassion, trying to lead each and everyone to the liberation. So regardless of how we choose to live our lives, each will come to an end, regardless of emotion harbored in our hearts. Amida Buddha, which is standing in front of you, that Buddha standing in front of you, embraces the enlightened virtues that respect all lives equally. And Amida Buddha symbolizes a universality transcending time and space. Amida is a transliteration of Amitabha and Amitayus in Sanskrit, and meaning immeasurable light and inconceivable life. Amida's enlightenment casts immeasurable light on our lives and tries to open up the inconceivable meaning on our lives. This Buddha's enlightenment is also called oneness, meaning that the world that has no boundary between self and others, beyond the good and bad, acting as one. So this enlightenment tells us that everything is interconnected with each other and makes each other alive. So although it is invisible and we cannot perceive this enlightenment of oneness, but we're always held within this enlightenment of oneness. For example, I'm here because I had parents. Not every couple can have children beyond what circumstances that makes us into either a father and mother, or grandfather and grandmother, and so on. Various lives are intricately connected in unseen ways, supporting and extending their wish to make each life today. The fact that I exist is not today, is not solely the result of the connection between lives. There is a reality in which countless possibilities and various connections constantly overlap. Even behind the fact that I work as a minister at the San Jose Buddhist Church Betsuin here now, there are actually numerous possibilities. In this world, there are countless professions, and becoming a Buddhist minister might be considered as an unusual choice. I could have become a flight attendant, or engineer, teacher, or businessman, a business person, an attorney, or maybe attorney, doctor, or police officer, or even an idol. But I didn't choose those paths. In the Buddhist Churches America, BCA, there are around maybe 60 temples in total, and I could have been matched to the other temples instead. Perhaps there are even a chance that I wouldn't have been accepted by the BCA. Alternatively, I might not have chosen to come to America, and I could have stayed in Japan. Someone else might have accepted at the San Jose Buddhist Church Betsuin in my place. So the countless potential connections have just not happened by chance. However, all these causes and conditions, whether chosen or not, actually support the fact I am who I am today. How you've come to be the person you are today compromises to only your chosen experiences, but also your unchosen ones as well. Doesn't it seem incredible when you think about in this way? Although my eyes cannot perceive all of them, the Buddha's enlightened gaze teaches that this is how our lives exist, and all the causes and conditions where oneness embraces all the causes and conditions beyond the good and bad, or chosen or unchosen. All the oneness embraces us to make us who we are. When we view the world through the gaze of oneness, transcending the all boundaries, I noticed that this perspective surpasses my any value judgments. From the perspective of oneness, there is no room for the notion of good or bad, superior or inferior, and discriminatory perspectives that exist in our world. I apologize for the personal aspect, but let me share the story about my maternal grandfather. Yeah, he passed away about 15 years ago, but during his lifetime, he used to run a small shop at home in my hometown, Shimane-ken. When he is, although he is so quiet, I love watching his figure deftly, handling everything. Every time I visited him, he always warmly welcomed me with, "Oh, you came," and hugged me tight. When I was a high school student, my grandfather was diagnosed with stomach cancer, and he started being hospitalized. And my mother, his daughter, visited him almost every weekend, bringing nutritious items for his recovery. every time I visited the hospital, my grandfather always welcomed me with, "You came again, you came." However, a few months after he was diagnosed into cancer, he gradually seems a bit thinner than before. The last time we parted was when I left from hometown Shimane to Tokyo for college. And he said, "Come again," holding my hand. That was the last time I spoke with him. During the intense period of exam just before the summer break, I received the news from my father that my grandfather has passed away. It was sudden, and being in the midst of the important exams, I was allowed to return only after finishing the test. A few days later, when I returned, the funeral was already over. When I went to visit his house, my welcoming grandfather was not there. Instead, his ashes and photo were displayed on the family altar. While placing my hands together in front of the altar, my neighbor passing by commented, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. It was unfortunate, poor thing." I thought they were offering condolences, but I couldn't help but wonder, was my grandfather pitiable? However, I soon forgot about such feelings. And then time passed, and I encountered the opportunity to become a Buddhist minister. And during the sermon at the temple in Kyoto, I heard something like this. When someone who has suffered from an illness reaches the end of their life, the expression used is defeated by the disease. But was it the person who lost? Is death a defeat? The person lived one's life to the fullest, regardless how life comes to an end. So there should be no winning or losing in life. If we were to speak of the winning or losing, it would be more accurate to say that medicine and medical science lost because they couldn't cure the disease. And after all, Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, is the only true and real. When I heard this from the lecturer, the minister at the temple, I suddenly remember what the neighbor had said about my grandfather's passing. I feel like I was comforted by this lecturer's words, but at the same time, I record that I used to vaguely feel sorry for people who died of illness, or for celebrities whose death were reported on the news. Though I was saddened by assigning superiority or inferiority or to lives. I realized that I too, had unconsciously engaged in similar thoughts. How did I perceive life? Surely it was through the worldly value. When dividing value between oneself and others, categorizing longer life as good or a shorter life as pitiable was my perspective. So, what was the intention behind the lecturer saying, after all, Nembutsu is the only true and real? He might have meant that only Amida's wisdom and compassion are being shown to truly respect life as life beyond the worldly worth and value. The enlightenment of Amida Buddha is a manifestation of discriminating wisdom and compassion, signifying that there is no separation between you and I. As the Buddha's oneness, the Amida embraces all life with unparalleled virtues, allowing the supreme enlightenment of Buddha to unfold without any fails. In its case, there is no room for the intrusion of worldly values when looking at me or any other life. Despite hearing this, I know I will likely still discriminate among lives. However, there's no need to worry. The Buddha, Amida Buddha, always lives our lives together as one, continuously guiding us toward the enlightenment. When listening to the teaching of Buddha, try setting aside your worldly value, judgment, knowledge, and intelligence, just a little bit, and let yourself merge into Buddha's enlightenment. And then, as Shinran Shonin says at the first word, my eyes being hindered by the blind passion, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me, yet the great compassion without tiring illumines me always. So we cannot perceive this kind of world of oneness, perceive this world as oneness, but we are equally embraced, constantly embraced and equally nurtured by Amida's enlightenment of oneness at this moment. Okay, thank you very much for kind attention. So I'd like to close this talk with reading a Gobunsho. I think that Michael is in Japan, so this is Michael's responsibility for his training for the Tokudo session. Maybe today is the first day of Tokudo session for him, so so instead of him, so today I'd like to read Gobunsho at the end. So first in Japanese. So when you hear this, try to slightly bow your head forward to show your respect to this word. 小日一流のご関係の趣は信心のもって本とせられそのゆえはもろもろの造業を投げ捨てて一心にmidaに奇妙すれば不可思議の眼力として仏の方より往生は事情せしめたもそのくらいを一年発起入賞上始終とも釈しその上の称名念仏った如来我が往生定め玉石ご恩法人の念仏 べきなりあなかしこ何万だ In English, the tradition of Shinran Shonin. What is taught in the tradition of Shinran Shonin is that in the interest in heart is essential. For when we abandon various practices and take refuge in Amida with singleness of heart, our birth in the Pure Land is settled by the Buddha through the inconceivable vow power. The state we thus attain is described as with awakening of single thought of interesting. We join those who are in the stage of the truly settled. Reciting of the Nembutsu thereafter should be understood to be the Nembutsu as an expression of gratitude for the Tathagata's benevolence for settling our birth in the Pure Land, humbly and respectfully. Please show me in Gassho. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namanda Namanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Mikame, for that very thoughtful Dharma message. Next, please rise for the Gatha Ondokusan II on page 76 in the small purple Dharma service book.
Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namo Amida Betsu. Namanda Namanda. Please be seated. Thank you.
Okay, are there any announcements?
Hi, it's so nice to see so many people here today. So I just want to let you know that our BWA annual general meeting will be immediately following the service, and it will be here. So we'll take a little break to close the shutters on the Onaijin, and then we'll have our meeting. Okay, thank you.
So I think people are probably sick of seeing me, so I wore something different to grab your attention today. And just to let you know, this is light red. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly give you kind of a reminder as we get towards the end of the year. We're still trying to raise money for our new Dharma Center. Now is a good opportunity to take advantage of some tax advantages if you can donate to our program. Details are if you go to the church website, there's a link there that you can go down to do some donations. But hopefully we'll get some more. We've been raising money for a little over a year now, and we've got over 2/3 of the goal there. So we have like $5 to $6 million left. But we've made great progress, and so hopefully people will continue to help us out with that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Dennis Akizuki, Sumi Tanabe, and Organist Elaine Jones, and also to our AV Tech, Branden Uenaka. That concludes this morning's service, and if you'd like to please offer incense, you're welcome to do so. Thank you for your attendance.
okay. My shoulder's okay. Yeah. Yeah. How about you? Hello.
How's it? Nice talk, thank you. I learned a little bit here. Oh, really?